In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your reservation key account to the channel manager Channex to both Booking.com, Expedia, and VRBO. So the first step is going to go to Settings tab, External Connections. And this client was previously connected with My Allocator, so I will show you how to disconnect from My Allocator as well. So we're going to click Add Connection. We're going to select Channex, Continue. And this first section, for the time being, we're just going to save, and that activates the connection. We're going to click Properties and Mapping, and we're going to click Add Property. For this particular client, we are going to add two different properties, the Heart of the Valley, which is a motel, and Miss Caroline's Country Cabins, which is cabins. Add selected, and here's the two different properties here. The most important setting here to check is the cutoff here. The most popular cutoff is here, no reservations today, 1 day from current day. And a reservation page if you have that to select. Save. Okay, so we'll start with one property at a time. So the next step is going to go to Room Types and Rate Plans. You're going to add room type to Channel Manager. For this property, it's motel, so they have room type mapping. Okay, so I've selected the two different room types. Add selected. And now we select the rate plan. And save. And once you've saved, then we will sync rates, sync availability. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the cabins here, the cabin property. You may just have one property, and that's fine, but I'm showing two different types of setups here. So here we're going to add room type, and for the cabins, we're going to do 1-to-1. Okay, I'm going to select all here, add selected, and then I will go through and select the appropriate rate plans. So I've gone through and selected the rate plans for each unit, and now I will click Save on each. And they have all been saved. So I will go up here and sync rates, sync availability. Okay, so the next step is going to be to connect the channels. I'm going to start with the Heart of the Valley, the motel here. I'm going to go into Channels. And for this property, they're going to add Booking.com and Expedia. So I'm going to start with Booking.com. You can leave the title area blank or put in your property name is fine as well. So we are going to go into the Booking.com account. We're going to go to Account, and we're going to go to Connectivity Provider. Here, if you were connected to My Allocator, that would show here, and there should be an edit button here where you could change providers or switch providers, I believe is the option. But they are not connected to anything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to search, and for booking.com, we search for channex.io, and we select it from below, and we connect. And then we grab the hotel ID, go back here into reservation key, paste the hotel ID, test, successful, next, save, actions, edit, and here's the two room types that need to be mapped. So standard king with the king room rate plan, the standard queen, with the standard double queen rate plan. We save, and then we click actions, activate. And then my last step is to send a full sync. Okay, next, we're going to connect to Expedia. So in Expedia, we're going to go to rooms and rates, and we are going to go to connectivity settings. Here, if you were connected with My Allocator, there should be a disconnect button. And then once you've disconnected, then you'll be able to select a new provider. To select a new provider, we're going to click Edit, and we're going to type in Channex. And it will populate down below, and you need to select it. And we will put Channex here as well. So for both fields, for updating rates and availability and receiving reservations. Save and continue. Whoop. And confirm. Okay, again, grab that hotel ID, place it here, test, next. And here, because they're both titled standard rooms, I will have to double check in Expedia to see which matches with which. So ending in 713A, I can go to rates, let's see. So we'll look at this. So we see here it says 1 king bed, and this is 2 queen beds. So the ID ending in 873 is a king. And then this will be the queen. Save. Activate. Full sync. And these are the only 2 channels that this particular property is going to connect to. So they're all set with a booking.com and an Expedia connection. Just to go back up here to look at the different settings, there is the room types and rate plans. We completed that. Inventory is going to be a calendar, which is going to show the rates and the availability that we're sending to the OTAs. This little paperclip with a 2, if we click that, we'll see that we're connected with both booking.com and Expedia. and the availability and the rates. One thing that I forgot to check with this client about is typically our clients will send over about anywhere from 15 to 20% increase in rates to Booking.com and Expedia. So to set that up, you go back down to channels and you click Actions, Edit, and go to Channel Settings. And here you can add a modifier. You can increase or decrease. Typically, clients are increasing by about 20%. So I will check with that client, this client, to see if that's something that she wants to do. But this is the inventory. Of course, bookings here, this section is where all of the reservations will populate if you wanted to come on over and get a little bit more in-depth information. And that is the gist of the settings here in external connections. So now I'm going to go over to the cabin property, and I'm going to connect this property with VRBO. Great. So for the VRBO connection, you need to place your username and your password here in order to connect. So I entered the username and the password, and then you will need to click a button that's titled Authenticate, and it will send you a code. Then you enter the verification code, and then you are connected. So now I'm here on mapping, and I will go ahead and map each one of these cabins with the title in reservation key. Okay, and save. And then actions activate. And then actions full sync. And that's it. That's all there is to it. The only other thing I will mention is if you change your rates in reservation key or set a new minimum night stay requirement or a new rate adjustment, you do need to come on over here and you need to click sync rates, sync availability, or I always like to hit both of these green buttons. It doesn't hurt, but this will send the new rates over to the OTAs. So please let us know if you have any questions.